We all keep getting the same coffee. We think we just keep coming up with the same code. But it ain't that. They got polyester blankets. Polyester is a no-no, highly toxic. It ain't supposed to go on your bed. And we walking on top of asbestos. They got these floors, these concrete floors that they took the tile up off of. The floors aren't sealed. And there's no tile. We walking on raw concrete, and the concrete is deteriorating. You know, that's asbestos. I looked it up. That's fucking asbestos, man.
Right.
And then we have, besides those conditions, they ran a water line in here. You know, ain't no microwaves and nothing. They want to give you hot water to cook with. But the lines that they got the water in, these plastic pipes, it says that do not use as a heating application. If you do, it may cause cancer and reproductive harm. Okay, now that's another thing. And then here we go with these very, very poor ventilation. So all that equals to me is when they talk about it ain't no parole, that means that all the life sentence people, they got plans to get rid of us. You know, I'm just sharing that with you. And they goddamn show ain't that way. It's to the graveyard way. And so we all need to be conscious of this. And at the same time, I figured out a way, man, that perhaps maybe if we all stuck together, no violence, and we can all get out of prison, is just to bring awareness to this situation, man. With a couple of other things, man, I just got to be careful in how I figure it out, man, and get it together. If VOC is a commercial entity, and all of us understand that we have to volunteer to be here, if all of us stop volunteering at the same time, in other words, we have to sit down, and then our parents calling and ringing the phone, and we got the news people outside, they can't get violent and come in here talking about it's so right. They have to respect the call and figure some things out, man. But then again, would it be wise to open up the floodgate and release everyone at the same time? You know, these are the questions that must be answered and considered. Doing meditation, man, and reflection, man. You know, like that. But I was just putting that in your head, man.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense because, you know, some people do deserve a second chance. A lot of people now deserve a second chance. They're not the person who they was whenever the incident happened. You know, they could have been a young individual just influenced by the environment and just lost out here in the world. But once you become into understanding who you are and what your purpose is, you're not that same individual no more. Now that same person now has the ability to teach others and warn others of the decision that they make. Yeah, those people need to be released. But the ones who still have the, toxic mind, they need to still sit down because they haven't learned their lesson yet.
Right. They haven't figured it out yet. It's not like they're gonna be beneficial to the community anyway. So
Right.
You can be a benefit, man, or asset to the community, not liabilities and bringing further injuries and harm to the community. We don't need that, and we ain't gonna be tolerating that in the community anyway, man. That's like a no-no. Every time we come in contact with somebody, we supposed to leave anything you come in contact with in a better state than it was in before.
Right.
For me personally, when I find people speaking negative, and if I feel like that person can be taught immediately, man, I grab them, man, and try to grab a hold of them and get them to calm down and say, listen, man, nature responds to the power of voice. When you mention somebody's name, don't we understand how when you mention somebody's name, and the next thing you know, your phone ring and they be calling or they be pulling up in the driveway?
Yeah.
So we shouldn't be speaking negative because nature gonna respond to the power of the voice. So if you got something negative to say, just shut your mouth. But when you have something positive to say, or if you see something negative happen, you speak something positive in it and you intermingle with it and you kind of like subdue the negativity with a positive influence, and this is the way you turn things around.
Right.
Something like that. Right. Everybody, my immediate people, all that praying and negative stuff, man, I ain't gonna even listen to that or tolerate that. It has to be a positive thing because all of them have that power and the capability to change things for the better.
Right.
For the most part, I'm surrounded by good neighbors. They understand that, man. They hold on to that principle. Anytime, it's kind of like hear from the parent, the other look at the other, say, hey, man, listen, man, like that, man, it's magic, man. Okay, now we talking about on the spiritual tip. We understand each other, just to bring everybody back in touch with the reality of the spirituality, where we all don't realize the way the manifestations come, and then everybody just agree, man, we change things to the better. Like they would say, oh, man, we probably finna get this bad shift there. I say, no, man, listen, we are not finna get a bad shift. Everything gonna be sweet, man. We're gonna be able to hang out tonight. And sure enough, everything be sweet. We really hang out tonight. And I'm like, all right, now you see what time it is? They be like, yeah, man, don't be calling them negative people to my, oh, it's the night for this old mean person to come here, nothing like that. No, it's the night. They ain't coming in here tonight. I'm just saying something as simple as that.
Right. I got you. I definitely understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to pull up on reach out a little bit, man. Spin a few more corners.
All right, yes, sir, man. We'll pull up tomorrow.
All right, bro. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
One.
Oh, that's my homie right there, Tiger. Tiger been going since 1994. He got 7 life sentences right now in Florida State Prison. Incident happened when he was young. He was really high on drugs, influenced the wrong way from his environment, and ended up in a situation now where he's fighting to get out. I really hope and pray that he's able to have a second chance, because he's really not a bad guy at all. I know him personally. He just was young, influenced by his environment, on drugs. Just was misguided at the time. And like I said, I really believe he deserved a second chance. Antonio Neal, Tiger, that's his nickname, Florida State Prison. Pick him up.